Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2017 World Series for Command & Conquer 0 Hour.
This thing is, it's a bit bigger than Wimbledon.
Yeah, I heard they
Bigger than the
cancelled
Premier League,
Wimbledon
so
this
yeah.
year because
Yeah.
they were like, oh, we gotta, we don't want to clash with the 0 Hour World Series.
Definitely. Kind of makes sense, so. There's still so many viewer numbers, it wouldn't even be worth running the event, so. It makes sense.
Actually, jokes aside, I was pretty impressed to see that it had a $440 prize pool due to community donations, so that's pretty good. Yeah, this is going to be Dominator versus Sexieee, and this is keen. These are two very top players. Now, generally with round one of these tournaments, it's not very interesting because it's seeded, and it's normally just kind of like pros versus noobs. But this is a really good series, so I'm glad we actually have, a series of this caliber in round one.
Okay,
I think this is round one.
Yeah. So, Dominator will be our GLA vanilla.
Yeah, and Sexieee is the tank this time around, the China tank. Now, one disclaimer as well is we won't be casting these in the right order. I don't actually know what the order is. And the reason why that is because when I downloaded the replays, it was named like Dominator Lost 1, Dominator Lost 2. So whoever uploaded the replays like named them to tell us who won or lost, which is obviously very bad. So I renamed them all just to say like 1 to 7. So yeah, my apologies if they're not in order. I don't think it actually really matters that much though. Texture is the power.
Yeah. I mean, only 3 terrorists, so it's obviously limited there, but I suppose the decision to just not wait for another terrorist, it's interesting.
Well,
I mean, it's never going to be mined.
Yeah.
I mean, like, 99% of the time, no one's going to mine their power, so that's nice.
dude, one day we'll see the power mined specifically.
Yeah. So if anything takes the power out, it's normally fast RPG pressure onto the power. It's rarely a, I'm going to go take care of your power.
Very good micro from Dominator's technical. Cleans up the dragon tanks.
Yeah. Makes the Scorpion's job a little bit easier, and now has double scrap as well. Thank you very much. Makes it... I should pull it. And by pull it, I mean Sexieee should pull both of these gats because they're going to get wrecked by a technical 1v2.
Now, Dominator, he obviously microed that, but he could have blocked his technical in with his Scorpion if he wasn't paying attention. Dozer cannot repair Gatlings.
No, it's a pretty dangerous push, especially if we had some rockets popping out soon, and there's currently nothing that can deal with these Scorpions. They have to back off once they see the Battle Master, but a little bit too much to deal with until we get rockets, which is now. And the ability to burst comes in.
He needs to keep at least one Gatling on the supply line.
I mean, this technical will 1v1 a Gatling, no doubt. Makes it very dangerous. Just a single incredibly fast unit that can demolish your supply trucks.
Oh,
please!
oh no.
Ah.
Now, it isn't necessarily a bad thing to have the technical in front because it does regen. So if you're kind of trading versus the Gatlings, and you regen, then it's fine. But very small window for miss micro there, as we clearly saw.
So oil will be successfully capped by Dominator. Sexieee sees that straight away, knows the capture upgrade is being completed, so maybe defends his own oil derrick, either going, obviously don't really want to go for the Kappa's China until you get the Lotus out, but potentially just leaving a gap there to make sure the Rebel doesn't get the free 1k is possible. It's a big investment in economy for Dominator, not only the capture upgrade, also going for a 3rd supply.
He gets all these RPGs out, should be able to get to the tunnel in time. Do a little hit and run here by the Scorpions there with the support of his RPGs.
No idea what the RPGs are doing. There we go, start focusing down the Dragon Tank, which is...
No firewall.
auto-attacking.
He actually has an outpost, so... I don't know why he has an outpost. I guess it's for the Jarman, but
Yeah, it's pretty early days.
Yeah.
It has been. If it wasn't an economic focus by Dominator, it's actually possible that the Jarman's out.
But he's going Scorpions. I don't think you see fast Jarman that much when there's like a lot of Scorpions.
No. No, it's not very common. Hey, get wrecked. Nice. So Prop Center's up now for Sexieee. Actually finds the Lotus Cap. Good play. Dominator's going to take that out straight away. Doesn't have to worry about it. Firewall currently denying mining from that third supply. This push is going to continue by Dominator. He's actually pathing on that Lotus, but no way to reveal her.
Yeah, unless he works out where it is by the pathing and then force fires the gun with the rockets. He actually needs to get back to base. He's pretty far away from his tunnels. His palace is empty.
Oh no.
There's no dragon tanks, but the Battle Masters won't take long to take it out without the barricades upgrade.
I mean, I know it's a newly built palace, but this is very uncharacteristic of a player of Dominator's caliber. He's not even going to get the sell-off in time. The palace is going to go down. That means no tech. It's going to be delayed. Sexieee takes a victory. I don't even pull back with this army. He doesn't have to keep pushing. He's in such a good position.
Now, there wasn't any RPG troops for that battle bus. He had a whole bunch there. If he had 5 RPGs, that would have made a huge difference.
The advantage continues to be pushed. Horde bonus Battle Masters will do that. The Arm Stealer goes down. Delay any more production from...
Okay, he's only got 4 RPG troops. It's not really enough. Nice little microing so far.
Fighting. There we go, you're taking down to the shell, and Sexieee kites away. Very nice. Can go for the supply next.
He couldn't evacuate it. Oh my god,
Yeah.
GG's already, because 4 RPGs isn't enough to deal with that Gatling. If it was 8, he can just focus it down. Oh, GG. We don't have a fancy scoreboard,
No.
but we do at least have one for our own internal sake. Game 1 there goes to Sexieee. Yeah, I think what happened is Dominator, he pushed out too far without tunnels. If he had a forward tunnel, he could have pulled back his Scorpions, would have been okay. And he didn't have any RPGs there for defense. And if he had just a handful, the battle bus would have been okay. The palace would have been okay. And it was also the timing of it, where Dominator just spent 2.5k on the palace, 1k or whatever it is, $800 on the battle bus. Just as Sexieee pushed. Now, I wasn't watching him. I don't know if he had a prop center. I'm assuming he didn't. He just had a lot.
No, he had a prop center.
He did.
Lotus.
Okay. Oh, of course, Lotus. Yeah, but the Lotus, I guess, capped the oil, so it kind of paid off. And Dominator also went for that the third supply.
You went third supply oil cap, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like the oil derrick, the oil derrick's fun because it paid off, right? But the third supply and the palace, it was at a timing there where Dominator was vulnerable, and Sexieee exploited it very well, both in terms of his positioning and also his timing. So well played there to Sexieee. All right, welcome to another China game. Dominator's now going to be the nuke. Sexieee is going to be the vanilla. Gorgeous Drought is the map.
Cool map, big fan. Also love this cracked earth effect.
Yeah, it really reinforces the Gorge Drought aspect of it. I wonder if this is in like the desert of Arizona. I want to know the geography of this map. You know, the coordinates on Google Maps. I want to look on Google Earth and just like, oh, there it is. There's Gorge Drought. There's Tournament Desert. There's, I don't know, Barren Badlands. Man, how weird would that be?
I think that's only Counter-Strike, dude, so.
If, like, the development team for Generals actually flew out to all these, like, locations in the real world to, like, oh, let's make a map about this.
That'd be pretty cool. So instead of, like, traveling... Instead of most people, like, doing things like traveling to New Zealand or something to see scenery from Lord of the Rings, it's just like, we travel around the world looking for 0-hour scenery.
Yeah.
So.
Did you ever play Brothers in Arms?
World
War II squad game.
No, I don't think so, no.
It's such a good series. Basically, it was very realistic. And all of the missions were, like all of the maps that you would play on in the campaign, were actual real places. And they did get satellite images, old World War II images. They flew out to the cities, and like in France, and you would see it, and they would show you like in the extras and stuff, and you would see the layout of the real city in real life and in photos, and then you would see it on the map, and it's the same thing. And the thing is with a lot of those buildings is there's many of them are still here to this day. So it's like the exact same building.
Yeah, that's cool.
As you would see in game. So that was really cool.
How accurate are like Company of Heroes maps, like relative to geographical layout?
Pretty sure they're just random maps.
Random maps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean they're named after real places, but
Yeah.
they're just I doubt they have any semblance of realism. I mean RTS is a bit too demanding, whereas with an FPS, like with a single player campaign, you can kind of base your map around that. With an RTS, it's like no, you have to really design for gameplay purposes,
Definitely,
100%.
Yeah.
But anyway, we still see the Dozer being sniped. So far, Sexieee has been, defending as well as best as he can, going for this quick helix. But Dominator should have plenty of gats ready to defend against this.
I mean, it's pretty much ideal situation. Seeing the helix pop out, it's like, oh, that's cool. Tick in the box. You get to. You're probably one of the biggest benefits. You get to pull back. The odd battle master that's kind of just floating around the map without GAT support. Obviously that one was too far gone, but see here for example, it's like, probably adding another GAT to that army would be good, but just kind of, okay, right, can't have individual battle masters out anymore, I need to spread out some GATs.
Yeah, don't you need 2 GATs? Pretty sure.
Yeah, that won't work, yeah. Yeah, definitely need 2 GATs.
Unless the helix focuses the battle master, which it will if it's in front. So he, like, good positioning here, but he retargets that instantly, so it didn't even matter.
And I'm pretty sure even 2 GATs, the helix will still win if it's correct, if it's like 100% correctly microed.
Right. Maybe, yeah, if the Gatling is pre-spun up, then probably not.
Yeah, definitely not then. But yeah, even with them not spun up, I'm pretty sure it'd be incredibly close, but I do like having individual GATs kind of spaced around the map. Especially if Sexieee isn't watching, the helixes can take a lot of damage as they fly over. It works out really well. And even if they don't take the helix out, it prevents any further damage getting done, so after it flies over a GAT, it can't then go for a supply, for example.
Yeah, it'll have to fly back and get healed if there's no prop helix.
But it has pulled back some of those GATs, though, with that being said. Binding his army together, wow.
The Gatling was taken out by the outpost, so now the helix can get some free damage.
It's pretty brutal.
Double supply here, though, for Dominator.
Free map control is nice. Sexy.
And you know, I just realized, look, these aircraft actually fly really low.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
not very high up.
Yeah, it's not a realistic height. So.
If it was realistic, the air pressure would be knocking over all the infantry.
And then, like, how quickly it lands on the ground. So
not that I've,
yeah.
not that I've ever,
so much realism in 0 hour.
Been near a real helicopter. But you always see like the images of like the people running to a helicopter and they're like hands on the head and they're like crouching down.
I've been in a helicopter.
Have you really?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What before?
Just like a scenic tour thing. It's like a scenic thing.
Mad.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Was that over east? I'm guessing.
No, Broome. So yeah, it's pretty good.
And like, so when you walked up to it, was it like wind, lots of wind? everywhere?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, not wind, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Actually, yeah, there's a fair bit. Yeah, I think it's like that's a legitimate concern. Unless they I mean, obviously they don't have to keep the rotors running. Like they could just like start them up when you're in the helicopter. And you see that in all the movies because it's like we've got to get to the chopper really quickly for whatever reason. So they never really turn the chopper off. You never see a stationary helicopter.
Yeah.
Helicopters are always time sensitive in movies.
I'm also guessing that, like, if it's in the air above you, it'll be a lot worse than if it was like actually landed.
Yeah.
But anyway, we do see some helix play happening. Can't really find any good angles though because there's just so many GATs now, especially with the ECMs.
Yeah. I mean, I get the idea with the listing outposts is trying to chip down the GAT count. It's going to be a lot harder with ECMs on the field. So it splits up the army as well, so it forces bad engagements. Look at this. This is awesome. Sexieee gonna splits off a few units to this side, force a response from Dominator, so some of the GATs are out of position. He's stopping Dominator from kind of combining all his forces together and just saying, right, I've got like 5 GATs, I have an ECM, deal with that. The helixes can't engage in that scenario.
Yeah, that's very clever, especially because of the way that the helixes work with the prop center. It's you know, it's free damage, right? If you can just repair that damage off, you've killed one gat for free.
Yeah.
So I like that Sexieee is still trying to use vehicles as well, ground vehicles, not just entirely relying on his helixes.
Also, big ups to Sexieee for being very active in terms of helix repairs. You often see players, they just don't repair their helixes early on in the airfield because it takes so long, but every time, before the prop licks came up, every time that Sexieee kind of went in with a helix and then took damage, he'd instantly just take it straight back to the airfield, start repairing it. Then when he needed it again, he'd just bring it back. A lot of players just pull back their wounded helix and don't bother healing because it takes so long, but Sexieee just healed bit by bit and kept the helix at a health at which it can continue to contribute to these fights. Triple bunker licks prop is interesting though.
Especially before you get the subliminal messaging upgrade, then the repair is even slower from that prop center. He's going to be building a command center now, and Dominator is going to be attacking. I like this. I think if he makes Sexieee defend, then he can't split the army up so much. But there is a lot of ECMs here, so they will be able to shut down those Gatlings, and he still has split himself up. Might be worth getting a couple of the Gatling cannons. They are certainly stronger than the Gatling tanks.
Yeah, could be nice. It's an ECM party down south. The helixes aren't going to be able to swoop in time, however, and they can't engage this army at the top because there are 4 Gats. It's a problem.
But there is a few RPGs here. The tank hunters. There we go. Here come the helixes, but there's just not enough Gatlings left.
2 of them being shut down. Excellent focus firing with the ECMs. Fantastic play by Sexieee. That was beautiful. I was almost going to say it's worth getting a 1 Gatlix because of the amount of tank hunters on the ground. There's really still no way to deal with this, but yeah, that's so smart. Sexieee just has bulk ECMs, essentially, with tank hunters on the ground. They just shut down all the Gats. So even with a big army push, Dominator can't really achieve anything.
Cash steal.
Nice, good play.
Nice work. Gets the full $2,000 swing. Oh, what's this?
Oh, it's a helix down.
And I hear a Lotus revealed. Lotus going to be revealing the other Lotus, and there's a Gatling cannon there, but didn't get it.
Kill the Lotus.
Has to cancel that steal. Yeah, didn't kill the Lotus. That was probably the important thing. Good looking now for the RD platform, the reinforcement pad. He's vanilla, isn't he? So he would get just battle masters. I think that's not very good. Yeah, doesn't really want those.
New cannon.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no way he can push through the Gatling cannons, Gatling tanks.
Bright like the sun. I like it. It's good.
So, how does Dominator deal with those? Does he go for his own MiGs? He's vanilla, so they should be cheap MiGs.
MiGs would be good. I'd like to see MiGs, and they're even decent against helixes as well. Get some pretty nasty damage off. So Dominator, yeah, I like MiGs. MiGs would be good here. They would turn an engagement where the helixes are trying to win. A lot of the engagements the helixes are going to take from now on are going to be like, this is an anti-engagement, I really hope I win this. And the MiGs would just turn that. Huge damage. In and of themselves, they're not a great... No. Oh, okay, right. It's alright. Listing outposts there. I was going to say, Dominator should know about... it's actually Sexieee's army, but yeah, Dominator should know about those mines. But...
Okay, he has an Overlord. I mean, Overlords can just kind of force their way through the nuke cannons, but not if there's a lot of helixes. The other thing about having a lot of Gatlings is then... It's not very reliable trying to use the carpet bomb. If you're carpet bombing through 20 Gatlings, you will not survive that. You can still, of course, arty strike, but it is something to factor in. If he tries to go for these tech buildings or for the supplies, whereas Sexieee doesn't have many Gats, so he wouldn't have that.
A lot of units running over mines. Dominator knew about those mines. It's a problem. This is a nice push by Dominator. There really aren't any middle supplies to contest, which would be ideal when you're coming up against nuke cannons. There are still a few left here, though.
Oh, loses one. The ECM keeping the Gatlings alive for long enough. That was a bunker helix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about helixes is they're such a liability late game when you're trying to multitask. Yeah, and kills those buildings. It's not really a big deal, though. The battle masters weren't going to make anything significant. So it gets the refinery, but the oil derrick's more important. Actually takes out the nuke cannon there with that firewall. Because I think he must have fired at this Gatling army.
Yeah.
And nuke missile.
That's another way to break the camp.
But that's vanilla, so there's no nuke MiGs.
No.
Wow.
Surprising that he went for the nuke missile before going for MiGs. I mean, so.
Oh, there's a lot of Gatlings here. This is how the game
bad.
ends. This is how you lose all of your helixes. Oh my god, they all got destroyed.
Oh no! Sexy could have won the game. Sexy could have won the game with that push if he just chilled. He just had to chill. There are so many ECMs. That's brutal.
I like how we both just recognized that, and we knew what that was. Like that's how the game.
That's how the game finishes. Yeah, that's it. Selling, yeah.
Oh,
selling
nice.
the nuke missile off with the Lotus.
Yeah, that's the problem with the super weapons. They're very easy to get capped, but still not much defense at home. But he won't need much. Battle Masters versus Gats, pretty good trade.
Yeah, look, Sexy wins this game if he hadn't thrown away those helixes. Guaranteed, this push would have closed it. The amount of ECMs on the field, the helixes could have destroyed the war factories. There would have been no gap production. That would have been game.
He would have had nuke mix too, eventually.
Yeah.
And he had hackers coming eventually. I don't even think we have hackers for Dominator, so it's kind of strange he's going nuke missile first. I mean, it's such a long timer. And I guess the nuke missile will kill the hackers though, because you blow up the internet center and then the radiation just kills all of the like a fuel air bomb won't kill the hackers.
Carpet bomb will kill, sorry, regular carpet bomb, won't that kill the internet center in 1.4?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Remember, it has stupid health in 1.4, which is, yeah. Stupid health is stupid, so.
Oh, he's actually got a lot of
hackers there.
Is that like some kind of bait where he's like, look, I have an internet center, it's full of hackers, and it's actually not, because there's hackers all over here.
Yeah, it might be. I've done that strat before, dude.
I've
done it with China Inf though, where you have stealth super hackers, so.
The only problem is though can't you see how much income your opponents are getting? Like this is Dominator's vision, he does see the hackers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do, so.
He's trying to cap this airfield right in front of a helix. Is that really worth? I mean, even if he sells the airfield, it doesn't. If he sold the airfield, too late. Whoa, was that an EMP? Whoa.
Yeah, it was.
I like how the screen lights. He didn't get much though, did he?
Yeah, there's an arty strike coming in as well. I'm not sure what that was on.
Yeah, I missed that.
Airfield, maybe.
There's an internet center here.
Nothing better than trying to be China light game, so. Okay. Power bomb to clean up the dragon tanks. Yeah, I suppose.
Pretty big army.
Yeah, this is not good. There are no helixes.
Well, does this count as a helix?
Not really. Burns a new.
Actually has the black napalm upgrade. Also has one nuke cannon, but it's very wounded. And he does one-shot these battle masters, so oh man. Okay, I like this. This is clever. He actually should destroy it first. Yeah. Gets one shot off before the battle master dies.
Good play.
And now there's nothing for defense. He can't repair his helix there. No airfield. The command center will prevent any general's powers.
Hackers will start getting enough work done. Veterancy isn't there. Do like this counter helix, I suppose, in the base, but there are 2 war factories.
Doesn't actually get his full payload off. Yeah,
he gets the gap.
The helix will, oh, wow, helix died.
Yeah.
But the helix couldn't have attacked that. There was an ECM and 2 GATs, especially with the Chang'an upgrade. Oh, okay, I love this little split. Nice. Too fast for the battle master, the overlord. No, the nuke cannon to actually hit when it's moving towards him.
Something, yeah, you can't do that when there are helixes on the field, but.
Oh, wow. Yeah, good luck, bro. Well, that almost worked.
RIP Sexy.
Like how
It's just that one push. I mean, you called it. It's a liability late game, and when Sexy could have won the game, he gets overeager, pushes him with 4 helixes into 6 GATs, and horrendous.
But that was a shame, right? Because he didn't need to attack with the helixes. All he needed to do was just get nuke MiGs, go hackers, and he'd win the late game. And Dominator actually went the nuke missile first, but Sexy went hackers first. And I guess the nukes didn't even matter because he's actually got this the cell with the Lotus. So yeah, that hack up the Helix play wasn't very smart, and not even just because he missed microed it, but just really from a strategy perspective. Like at that stage, you just don't need to attack with the Helixes when he had a pretty good camp. And yeah, he had that late game trying to nuke to look forward to.
Yeah. Oh, GG. That was cool.
Yeah, GG, well played. Because you can't be attacked when you have a defensive line of nuke cannons. So, like, what could he actually have lost to?
No.
A nuke cannon. Well, that's going to take a long time, so...
Yeah, I mean, I understood the push in terms of if he wanted to end the game because he could have, but he just, ended up mismicroing that. But yeah, that was kind of his option. He either micros the end properly, or he just chills behind nuke cannons, which is also fine. Just, either way, you don't want to lose the Helixes.
Yeah.
The Helixes are just crucial to keeping that nuke cannon camp active. You can't just have nuke cannons by themselves. As you saw there, Dominator knows how to play against that. Really nice nuke Battlemaster play, just sniping down the nuke cannons, which isn't possible when Helixes are in the air. That's just not an option when you have bunkers and lots of other things. But yeah, GG.
Game number 3. We are on Homeland, Heartland? Heartland Shield, the fixed version. There's 4 bridges.
Sexieee will be spawning in as our Tox.
And Dominator is the USA Vanilla, and I think they're going to be using the same colors throughout, which always makes me happy. And you can appreciate now, right? Because you edited one of those series.
I did. Yeah, I edited a series. Man, it's... People who don't change their color are just the best.
Yeah.
The best people out. I think it was a Dominator series, and he consistently didn't change his color.
Curious, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it was a long series though. It was like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've done like a best of 11 once. Like, man,
what a fun time. Yeah, the game is just a timing thing, entirely timing, and Dominator know when it was over. I love this. Dozer drops for worker crushes.
Nice.
He plays.
Now, what does he do with this dozer? Is that all it was for? Was crushing? Or is he going to try and build like a barracks or like a fire base or something?
Maybe both. I mean, normally that play is just for crushing. Sometimes you'll even see kind of like a forward worker crush into, and then kind of follow it up, and even go for something, crush the worker line, as possible, or do build something forward on a supply.
He did see this tunnel being built, and he didn't go for the crush, so he must have thought he couldn't get the timing off. I don't actually know if he could have timed it. And he has to again worry about the terrorists trying to crush the dozer. The problem with building a barracks here is you really want the barracks next to your V production, unless you end up building 2 barracks, but then that's kind of, you're wasting a little bit of money.
It makes your macro so much harder if the barracks is separated. So.
But on the flip side, if he did have a barracks, he would be able to get the capture upgrade and the range is faster, and then he could also try and use them for forward caps to get this Alderic here. So would give some options. Nice dozer snipe as well as the garrison there, but this is a weak garrison.
Yeah, great game sense by Sexieee, thinking that the dozer could still be in the area. I like that. It's not actually a bad play in terms of dozer placement as well. I mean, Sexieee isn't likely to scout that area. I mean, it was a good guess, but he's not likely to scout that area. Maybe just within range of the garrison. So maybe Dominator should have put it a little bit further back.
Better or for worse, the sight range in 0 hour is just so much. Yeah. I guess in all CNC games, like, vision is just huge.
Yeah, like StarCraft, it's much easier to play around.
Yeah.
Very specific amounts of vision, whereas, it's always best to err on the side at 0 hour. It's just insane. Huge vision radius. So.
Very good micro there by Dominator. He kept those workers down for a while. And that was his only supply too, apart from the oils. So that one base supply, the harassment's even more crucial. Or more punishing, at least.
Tunnel's finished up here, so Dominator's going for mass V production, which is really dangerous in terms of pushing through these tunnel networks. We'll deny at least one of the caps. Hopefully he heads straight up north. I would like to see him head straight up there.
He actually evacs, but he can get crushed.
He's not close enough. The garrison gets 2 missile defenders inside.
Oh my god, keeps both of them alive. What a sick play there by Dommy.
That was really good. Also 2 missile defenders, but traded incredibly well against the technicals. The problem here is, if he doesn't rotate or move soon, he is going to lose the top 2 oil derricks.
2 supplies for Dominator, not for Sexieee, but it's going to be 3 oils, and eventually all the other ones too. Now this is empty.
That was weird. I thought I heard the evac. I heard the sound effect. Maybe it was something to do with the V's. The V sound effect.
I think he just sees the tunnel there. Those tunnels are so nice by Sexieee because it's right near his supply.
2 tunnels are better than 1. They're not going to be finished. V's just going to roll over them.
Yeah, clearing this is very important. And if he can, taking out these oils would also be important too. But look at this. Sexieee going in for the exposed supply as the Humvee's now out of position. Only 4 RPGs, so not enough to actually take one of those Chinooks out, but it would delay some mining.
Slowing the V production down a little bit. 1 V actually goes down to this tunnel network.
I hope it was empty.
Micro mistake. A couple of them were empty before, so it's possible. I'm not sure how many of them now remain empty.
This is kind of hard to engage here because of the choke point there of the Humvees. Only gets about 2 at a time.
Probably could have seen Sexieee back away from this engagement. He's going to now, but maybe that's a little bit late. He traded very well. I'm not sure if the tunnel network even meant to complete it, whether it was just to block the V's onto the bridge and force a bad engagement where they didn't have a concave.
He's still denying the mining while all of his oils are ticking him income, but this could be a good push for Dominator. If he gets the arms dealer down, that's going to really be hard for Sexieee to stay in this game because his army's pretty small and his eco is big, but it doesn't matter if there's no arms dealers.
Yeah, his eco is amazing, but maybe an overcommitment into these tunnel networks. A lot of RPGs are being cleaned up. A few of them are currently harassing the supply. Something the Dominator still hasn't dealt with despite having a lot of Vs at home. Just microing this engagement, trying to close the game out based solely on the back of these Vs and the ambo.
I'm looking for his units and I just can't find them.
Must have cash in the bank.
This is his income now.
Yeah, right, okay.
Hey, what is this Chinook doing?
You know, I'm sure this is just weird.
And I'm also surprised he only built 1 arms dealer. Like, I thought he'd build another one down here somewhere to try and get more arms dealers.
Maybe the plan was to go for one eventually. I have to remember, he's had like 12 tunnel networks on the field.
So much cash.
Quite a few of which have gone down.
Build another arms dealer, bro. You need 2.
Can't keep up with this economy. I don't think more tunnel networks is the answer, Sexieee. More units. At this point, I can see a tech terror maybe saving him. Dominator's in such a strong position.
Especially if he gets a strat center. That's all he needs because he has just so many Humvees right now.
Just close this game with a strat center. I like destroying this oil. This game shouldn't go late. Dominator has a really commanding lead. I don't mind him sniping down the oil derricks.
You can't push these now. There's too many RPGs and tunnels.
It's unpushable, but it's fine if he cleans up the rest of the map.
You can't really engage here with this many Humvees.
Smart Dominator. Shouldn't go for this engagement.
Now the preemptive pop is good so they don't get splashed, but you can probably engage his head on. It would be a very costly engagement.
A warrior has fallen. Well done, General.
Should be worth running into a V for a crush here.
A little bit of a late retarget. Only gets 1 V. There should have been 2 if he was on the ball there. But still, that's probably all of Sexiee's units.
Yeah.
Palace now.
I'm not sure if that was a simultaneous engage from Dominator up the north, but I'm pretty sure the tunnel network is actually still up. Yeah, he tried to take it out, but not enough damage.
Yeah, he needs to keep the pressure on to buy time for his Palace tech. Like, even if these are empty, there's going to be a bait.
Incorrect hotkey by Dominator.
Wait.
All these ranges going to be cleared up.
Oh yeah, I don't know that way. Yeah, that must have been a misplay there for missile defenders, as you say. I mean, this is good. It's going to delay reinforcements.
It's keeping Dominator busy, and Sexieee still definitely has the income advantage with all these oil derricks.
Get the vet-free pilot? No. 7k cash.
There's it's a palace, not a second arms dealer. That's a little bit disappointing. Even now, though, still a second arms dealer would be great.
I mean, how many barracks does he have? He's got 1, and that's not really enough either. I thought You know, does he want to go angry mob spam?
You have
But
reached a
I mean, they're not very
Yeah.
good versus like mass Humvees.
Going for a CC. Okay, now I don't mind the build. Going for a palace and a command center makes a lot of sense. Fair bit of cash investment, and I don't think Sexieee believes he can hold the top oils for long enough that by the time the second arms deal is up, he can keep that production going.
Yeah, I guess that's important to factor in, is that he has good income now, but he won't for long.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, 2 supplies, you know, 2 more oils here. It's still pretty good income. Trying to build this supply. Needs to get a little bit more tunnels here to actually hold this one.
So these oils will be taken down. We get one of them. All these technicals are going to be coming in though, up the north, and probably full of RPGs. Or maybe not. They don't try and trade out, so no RPGs.
Oh, there's something here. I don't know if that's tech. Oh, yeah, it's just
It's
RPGs.
weird. Didn't actually try and save the power. Didn't try and save his oil, but I suppose going for the power snipe could be good as long as he gets it, which it looks like he's going to. Dominator lets him take it.
Low power.
These RPGs going down, but just delays the B production. It buys more time for Sexieee to get the palace up. It buys more time to get the command center up. More engagements means more generals points as well. I don't mind this. It's a pretty good push. Even if he's not trading well, he's delaying the production of Dominator, stopping a game-ending push.
It does kind of work both ways though, because Dominator will eventually get his Pathfinders out, and that does make a pretty big difference. Still hasn't destroyed these oils though. Is he going to cap? Yeah, he's going to cap them. That's what he's doing. I don't know if that's really worth it, because I don't see him actually holding these oil.
Wow, that's a top full leveled A10. Big points investment by Dominator. Goodbye, oil derricks.
You'd hope so.
Yeah, nice. Good game knowledge. You do need all 3 to make the that strike work. But
Yeah, because there's 2 of them together.
so that's a really good investment of generals points.
Okay, the Jarman's revealed there by a drone. Oh, did he actually kill those rangers? That'd be really frustrating
with
if
the
he
rebels,
did.
yeah.
Was that a level 1 rebel ambush? It must
I
have
think
been.
it must have been. Yeah, smart. I mean, it's worth it as well.
He's,
Another K cash in the bank, and it might force Dominator to take out the... Does he take them out? No, he's still going to go for the cap. Well, Dominator might be so annoyed that he just destroys them.
it's rare that you see level 1 rebel ambush, I guess, apart from like killing airfield units or maybe like some buggies, but I love that. The more tactical uses for the level 1 rebel ambushes. Now we have buggies. He's got a lot of black markets too.
Yeah. Pretty good position. So many tunnel networks in the area. These are going to have no mobility trying to just take down Sexieee's base. There are just tunnel networks everywhere. They're not going to get in. They have to individually snipe down each of these tunnel networks. I mean, yeah, it's rough for the V composition. Even if we see a strat center up with Search and Destroy, it's going to take Dominator a long time to push through Sexieee's base. He's played this incredibly well from behind and prevented Dominator from closing the game.
Okay, he has the strat center. He's going for some supply drop zones, but he's only on 1 supply economy. Sexieee, look, he hasn't been mining much, so he still has a lot of base supplies. Was that 5.5k? This probably at least 10k.
Yeah.
20k!
20K!
Oh my god.
Oi!
This is not going anywhere good for Dominator. I guess he does... Oh, what was this? What?
What?
He didn't kill the bird. He actually gets a Chinook there with the tow missile. Gonna take out this dozer.
See, that's probably not a bad play because Jarman already used the snipe to stop himself going down, I'm guessing. So Jarman used the snipe already. There's no way he was gonna have time for another sniper on a dozer, so capping the V for the tow missile to take out the Chinook was quite a saucy play.
Well, if he... Oh, the balance bus gets the Chinook.
Man, I love balance bus.
Well, it's the real balance bus because it's GLA Toxin, so he has the gamma upgrade, so it's just so ridiculous versus air units.
This is definitely the point where Sexieee should just commit to take out the top oil. He's in a really commanding position in terms of where his base is at and his upgrades and his tech. So just straight up taking down the economy of Dominator seems like the way to go. Sexieee has black markets, he doesn't have to worry about it. There's no way he's going to recap these oil derricks at any point in this game.
I like how he's actually repairing this with his dozer,
Yeah,
and
smart.
he's got just 1 missile defender there just to laser lock if a single tech terror comes through, but it looks like it will be a pretty big army positioning. And that one missile defender, again, it makes it a bit hard to push with these buggies. But meanwhile, we do have Sexieee actually building tunnels, and this is very important that he has the other side of the river secured and starting to build tunnels. Rip.
Nice Chinook micro by Dominator though. Still hasn't lost one. Even though there's only 2 Chinooks there, I can tell you I would have lost 3 Chinooks to that balance bus. I don't know how, but I would have done it. Would have rebuilt one. I don't know what, but Dominator is playing this well. He's not throwing away units. Very important. Yeah. General Gentlemen do not recommend you let GLA get set up like this. It's gonna be big if he can snipe the battle bus. Yeah, that's almost game ending. Didn't actually get the battle bus down. So many RPGs still alive. They're getting veterancy. Dominator can't mine from that supply. Supply drop zone's coming in, but
I don't know why he's building them here.
Yeah.
You think, you know, this is kind of a better spot. This looks really exposed, like that, you know, against the battle bus. Another A10 strike.
no quads.
I guess he's going for the supply. Oh no, I guess 2 black markets. Only 1. Okay, that may be in a Toxin Rebel ambush. He's going to be pushing up now, and this Humvee army is dwindling.
Too much pressure, Machine. There's too much pressure. Tunnel networks everywhere. Tunnel networks on opposite sides of the map. That's the really so challenging for Dominator to try and play this one out. Technical's running into tank damage while the buggies go in, but the buggies are going to have their ammo spent. All the buggies can actually go down here. The Humvees are going to be chasing them down.
He wasted 1 volley there because they all fired at the infantry.
Yeah.
If he retargeted that a little bit better, he would have killed more Humvees there. But still, pretty good trade, just considering Dominator's lack of income. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's worthwhile trade. Just waste Dominator's micro. Sexieee has way more income.
It's 3 supply drop zones. That's... It's like,
1, 2, 3,
yeah, at
4,
least
5,
6.
6.
And he's still
black
mining.
markets. Yeah, from the 20k supply. Firebase is a good choice. They're great against buggies, but I don't even know if it's going to complete in time. Those are going to be sniped. Should be the oils here. The oils go down. It's pretty much a GG moment for Dominator. It's 1 oil down. Battle bus actually going to go in here. Nice evacs. Very well micro engagement by Dominator.
Yeah, but not enough to save his oil.
Yeah.
Building a barracks. Surely he must have Pathfinders by now.
The option for Pathfinders, we haven't seen any. Does he want them?
Well, yeah, well, I mean, doesn't he need them against his battle buses?
Worth the point? Ugh, I mean... Not really. The amount of splash damage that, I mean, even if you take down that battle bus there, it's not like any Vs fell afterwards.
The Jarman as well.
Yeah.
They're not expensive. It's
Yeah,
$600.
yeah,
It's just
I mean,
a general
the
point.
yeah. I mean, maybe he didn't have the point at the time because he invested directly into the... I mean, sure he didn't if he invested directly into the
Yeah.
the 3A10.
I guess you wouldn't normally see AAA10. Normally it's just
It's
double.
just double normally, but you needed to take out the
Oh,
oil.
this is gonna be sick though.
Yeah,
the
go
burn.
Burton,
No,
go,
a little
go,
bit too
go,
late
go, go,
though.
go, go.
Oh man.
That
Damn
was
it,
sad.
Burton. That's the dream for being Colonel Burton.
Yeah,
Like
that's-
there is no better thing. I guess apart from blowing up someone's base, but now he's just gonna walk into the tunnel and die. You can't push through this.
Yeah, sad Burton is sad.
And maybe he can kind of creep around this because he can climb up the cliffs.
Not sure what Dominator's plan is.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if he gets just some ridiculous leaflet drop, which gets the entire army, but even then he has to push through 1,000,000 tunnels and 1,000,000 black markets.
And the Tox tunnels as well. Even when Search and Destroy Vs, how do you do that time efficiently?
Yeah, you have to kind of dance around and it just takes ages.
I'll certainly do it, but it'll just take too long and there's too much economy for Sexieee.
Doesn't even have the supply lines upgrade.
Wow.
It's the one upgrade that you always get. $800, I think. That's sad. It would pay itself off after, like...
Oh, yeah. literally one drop with the amount of supply drop zones that Dominator has. So.
Yeah.
Is it 10% or something?
Yeah, 10%.
Yeah.
And how much do you get? It's like 2.5k, I think, each drop.
Yeah.
So you know, so that's 250 each time. 3 drops effectively pay itself off. Toxin Rebel Ambush gonna clean up all these missile defenders.
It's pretty worth. Humvee coming in, gets bursted.
Now I like that because a Humvee would have got taken out pretty fast there, but the Ambo is actually immune to Toxin. Look at that.
Oh, it's disgusting, isn't it?
And that was 3, and they were not vetted. I have heard it been argued that GLA Toxin is OP. Have you heard such claims?
Such claims? No. No, sir. Nor of any USA Air Force suggestions. The tunnels are just ridiculous, though, and there are so many factors. It's just so hard to push through those tunnels.
The battle buses.
This game might be possible. I mean, probably not for Dominator if there were vanilla tunnels. If there were vanilla tunnels, it maybe is possible.
Yeah, no way. I mean, he's going to eventually get a
impossible.
Scud Storm.
The black markets are too spread out. The A10s only ever get one black market. Best case scenario, they get one black market. Burton actually gets taken out. It's a step in the right direction. Radar scan, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
Our radar van's up. It wouldn't surprise me if Sexie's invested the cash for upgrades.
No, he doesn't have it. So it must have revealed himself, not thinking that there was actually a Jarman, but there was a Jarman in one of those buses, and he just killed the Burton. Yeah.
At this point, we're waiting for Dominator to misstep. He missteps once, and he loses the game.
I guess the problem really with Dominator is that he actually had a moment to close the game, but he took it a bit too. Thanks for the follow. What?
Don't you love that?
See, that really confuses me because I don't actually have Twitch alerts on this this scene for XSplit for OBS.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it makes that sound. That's a follow alert for Twitch, which I don't have it open on OBS, but whatever. Whoever that person was. Seriously, he's gonna survive this?
Wow.
Oh no,
No,
spy drones, right?
but yeah. I mean, see how much time that... This battle bus is not being very well microed, and it's not full of RPGs either.
3 RPGs.
Yeah, this is such a weird push.
Nice.
Oh, right, and there are the other 2 that are chock-a-block.
The bait balance bus. Oh well. Yeah. So if when he took out the arms dealer, if he went absolute crazy, and then just kept trying to deny arms dealer production, he maybe could have closed the game there because he definitely had a big Humvee.
But yeah, it doesn't retarget the supply drop zone. That's sad. But okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you actually can retarget.
Micro the husk. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You basically. He had Sexieee without any production. He had about 6 Humvees in his base, and he kind of just disengaged. He gave him the breathing room, and because the reason why that worked is because he had so much money. He had like 5 oil derricks, where normally, he only has 1 supply. He can't recover from this, but
oh look, it's the most useful ability in the game. So.
Wow! Look how many things it killed. I thought that was a rebel ambush, but no, it was just a battle bus.
I wouldn't even use the fuel air bomb, honestly. Just save it for an engagement. You might need it. It's just not worth going for the base with fuel air bomb.
Yeah, it's gonna, I guess, delay, about $1,000 in cash by the time it takes to rebuild, especially because it gets 4 of them. But
it's really not that much. It is useful. It's definitely useful in this matchup. But use it on tunnels.
Yeah, or you wait until you can combo it with something else, whether it's a V push or whether it's just Spectre.
I know I was talking about 1 misstep from Dominator, and that wasn't even really a misstep. It was overall an excellent micro engagement by Dominator.
Oh my god. He tries to get a bait out with a leaflet, just didn't quite work. GG, man. Well,
You are
yeah.
victorious.
If you have GLA in a stranglehold, don't give them breathing room.
Don't give them breathing room if they have 5 oil derricks. If they have 1 supply, it's fine. Look at that, supplies collected. No way he was gonna win with such a difference in cash. Yeah, he was just too passive, and I guess he didn't factor in the fact that he had all this money. It's all Derek's. You know, they're not messing about. It's a lot of money.
He's just so delayed in taking out the top oils, and it's partly just Sexieee playing it really well and just distracting Dominator and stopping him from taking out the top oil Derek's, but you're pretty baller. premium nut mix. I bet you feel pretty good, hey?
Yeah. I walk in there and they're like, "Oh my god, did you just buy premium?"
Dude, there are no peanuts in this premium nut mix. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, peanuts are pretty boring.
Yeah, peanuts are the most generic of the nuts.
Peanuts are for poor people.
I have peanuts in shells because I enjoy crushing the shells and then eating the peanuts. But
Right.
so there's something from having too much. These are pretty good nut mix. I have to say, big fan of your work.
I mean, I didn't mix them myself. I didn't get like 20 kilos of each and devise the perfect formula.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's pretty good still. But are they relatively more expensive than other packets of nuts or something like that in store? Or-
Well, no, because I think the most expensive is like if you're buying entirely cashews, but I
Right.
haven't really paid that much attention to it. So
Oh, do you get the scoop ones? That you
No,
just
it's
scoop
it's
it
like
out, or-
it's a plastic bag.
okay,
It's
right.
like a
Yeah.
1 kilo or whatever. Just at IGA.
IGA, right? Okay, yeah,
But I'm sure Coles has the equivalent. All right,
yeah.
ready?